Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Lowe in the office. Thank you for such a great start to the school year, and thank you for taking time to watch this screencast that I'm putting together for you. I'm doing this in one take, so stick with me if there are any mistakes as we go through. But what I want to do is take a moment and talk to you guys about some key values, beliefs, and norms that we all share here at Valley View. So first off, we have an amazing school, and we need your help as students to keep it that way. That's why we talk about values, beliefs, norms. That's why the goal of this PowerPoint is for students to understand what I mean and we mean when we say values, beliefs, and norms, because those are the things that drive our school and make it the place that it is. So a quick flyover, Valley View was built in 1964. It's had 4 remodels, including the one that most recently was finished and gives the construction spaces that you guys get to enjoy this year. We've got over 100 course offerings for 1,100 students. We've got over 80 teachers, 120 different staff members, including our teachers, our paraprofessionals, our cooks, our custodians, front office workers, a lot of people that work really hard to make this an amazing school. And with all these different people, you have different ideas, races, religions, language, ethnicities, political beliefs, and so on and so forth. We're an amazing school because we bring all that together to create amazing experiences, whether that's in your classrooms, our cafeteria, in our flexible learning spaces, at assemblies, in a band class, wherever that might be. You guys get a lot of opportunities. And you don't just have to take my word for it that we have an amazing school. If you look at our data that we most recently got from students when asked questions about the school, 85% of students at Valley View said that they think that the things they are learning here are useful and important. 90% of students said that the adults at Valley View treat them fairly. 91% said school rules are fair. 95% said that their teachers care about them, and 96% said that they feel safe at Valley View. These are really high numbers, and we want to keep them that way. And again, we need your help to do that. So how does it all happen? How do you take all these different people and ideas and beliefs and come together in one space and make an amazing school? Well, it starts with awesome students. That's you guys. Amazing teachers and staff that buy into shared values and beliefs, and then that follow norms or expectations and rules that protect those values and beliefs. You add all those things up and you get an amazing school. And that's what we do here, and that's what we need your help to continue doing. So we're going to talk a little bit about the buying into these shared values and beliefs. So what do we mean when we say shared values and beliefs? For example, we might say that everyone at Valley View deserves to learn. That's a value, that's a belief that we all share. Everyone deserves to feel safe. Everyone deserves to feel welcomed and supported here. These are shared values. Other examples of shared values that you guys have seen if you've come up through the elementary schools and here into Valley View are the I CARE values: integrity, courage, compassion, commitment, appreciation of diversity, and responsibility. You're going to see these posted around our walls. You're going to hear your teachers talk about different ones, and we're going to try to live those out. So what I want you to do, and your teacher, is to pause this in just a moment, this presentation, and take a moment to do the activity on the right, where you think about examples of you doing an action around one of these values, either this school year or last school year, and then have a conversation about what it would be like if you and your classmates committed to doing actions like that all the time, every day. So go ahead and pause it if you haven't yet to do that. Okay, now welcome back. I hope that was a good discussion, and I hope the point you got to is that if we all act out these values and these beliefs every day, it's going to continue to be an amazing school. So we've talked about the buy-in, and now we're going to talk about following norms that protect those values that you guys just looked at and discussed. So norms or rules, they're things that protect the values and beliefs that we say are important. So we say learning is important for everyone at Valley View, and students therefore are expected to blank, and some kind of norm or rule would fall in place here. We say safety is important, that's a value, so students are expected to follow a rule around that. We say that everyone feeling welcome and connected is important, so students are expected to follow a rule around that. For example, if we go back up to the learning, we have an expectation that students have their cell phones put away at Valley View. That's because we believe in learning and we recognize that phones can be a distraction to that. We expect students to be on time to their classes. And I know that's hard the first week of school as you're learning where things are, but you'll get better and better at that. And we expect you to be on time and prepared. We expect students to work hard because learning is important. So these are all norms or rules that we have that support our belief around learning. Safety is important. It's one of the reasons we don't allow students to have backpacks during the day. Your stuff should be in your locker. It's another reason why we don't tolerate rough play or any kind of physicality in our school, because safety is a value that's important to us. Everyone feeling welcome is important, which is why we have expectations where we expect students to be kind to one another. There's no harassment or bullying allowed at our school. We take that very seriously. And we expect you to as well, because we know that you all agree with us that the value of people feeling safe and welcome is important. So that's why you're going to see norms or signs with norms around the school, depending on the area where you are. And depending on the area where you are, the activity you're doing, norms can be different. If you look at the pictures on the right, you'll see assemblies, flex learning spaces, different types of classrooms, our cafeteria, and each of those have their own unique expectations. However, there are some general school-wide norms that apply to all these spaces that I want to take a second to talk about. For example, no rough play, right? No, not being physical because of our values of safety and learning. No bullying or harassment, right? If you're talking about another person face to face, rumors online, if you're harassing a person based on any criteria around their gender, race, religion, ethnicity, those are all things that are not tolerated at all and will be dealt with here at our school. Cell phones we talked about, they stay away. Backpacks stay in our lockers. We don't have hats, we don't have hoods on here, sunglasses, things of that nature, because those are things that we've determined detract from our learning. That's about our value of learning. This is a place where we come to learn. We expect you, like we said earlier, to do things like show up on time, work hard, focus on your learning. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list of our norms, but these are some key important ones that I want you to take a second to think about. And they're general school-wide ones. They apply no matter where you are. Other specific places that I want to highlight in this screencast, extended learning spaces, right? We have 7 extended learning spaces around the building where you're going to get an opportunity to go learn when your teacher gives you some of that freedom and independence to leave your classroom and work as a group or on your own. The core thing to remember about those is these are places where you're expected to focus on your learning. It's a great place to build independence, to be curious, to work hard, and build the habits that you're going to want to have throughout middle school and high school and into college and beyond. They are a privilege. It is a privilege to work in an extended learning space, which means you don't automatically get that, and any staff can send you back from one, no questions asked. If a staff member sees you and it doesn't look like you're on topic, or your group members aren't, they might ask you to go back to the classroom you came from, and that is fully appropriate. You do not get to argue with them around that. There's no food or drink in our extended learning spaces. We want to keep them clean and neat. There's also no moving furniture. You should, as a rule of thumb, leave our extended learning spaces better off than they were when you got there. So throw your trash away, keep them clean, use them the right way. Also, manage your volume. Remember, you're out in an open space and there are classrooms learning around you. If you follow these expectations, our extended learning spaces will go great. Our cafeteria, you've all had a chance to eat in our cafeteria this first week of school. A few expectations I want to remind you of around that. Again, managing volume. There's 360 kids in one space. And if we're not managing our volume, it can become way, way too loud. Stay in your seat as much as possible and not wandering around. That helps manage the volume and the chaos that exists in the cafeteria if everyone's moving. Throwing your trash away, cleaning up your mess. And even if it's not your mess and it's somebody else's next to you and they forget it or they don't grab something, be a leader and help out. Technology, other expectations around it. We know that there are appropriate and inappropriate uses for technology. The main thing I need you to understand is that we expect you to use technology in your Chromebook or your computer to focus on your learning. If you're doing things beyond focusing on your learning, whether that's gaming or other activities, one, we will likely find out about it because our network will flag that, and then we will connect with you and work with you on that to make sure you're focusing on your learning. Remember, that's a value that's important here, and we expect you to honor that. Other things that I want to bring up, norms and expectations that you might not see listed on the walls, but I hope you feel them and see them. Aside from things not to do here at our school, there's things that we for sure want you to do that are positive experiences, like have fun, be curious, ask questions, be kind, work hard, laugh. School hopefully will be a place for you this year where you learn a lot of fun things, engage in a lot of fun activities with your friends and your classmates and your teachers. And if we manage these expectations that we covered in this screencast, that protect the values and the beliefs that we all share around learning, people feeling safe, people feeling welcomed, then this is going to be a great school year. So I'll just remind you again before we close off here that great schools happen when there's awesome students, which you guys are. I fully understand that you are. I believe that. We have amazing teachers and staff who buy into these shared values and beliefs that we discussed, and they follow the norms that protect them. And if you guys can do that this year, we'll have an amazing school, and we'll continue to have an amazing school. So I appreciate your help around that. If you have any questions with this, please ask your teachers or let me know when you see me. Thanks.